Om Shanti. Don't be attacked. That is one aspect. Even more difficult, don't harbor any resentment. Why do we harbor resentment? When somebody does something bad to us, then we harbor resentment. Has anybody even done anything bad to you? Answer is yes, because this is an imperfect place. People are imperfect. No matter what you do, they will do bad to you. As well as you cannot say, I am a good person, so you should not do any bad to me. That is just like saying, there is a bull, coming to you. Everybody is saying, run, run. And one man says, look, I am a vegetarian. The bull will not hit me. The bull will not care whether you are a vegetarian or a vegan or whatever. The bull will do its job. Similarly, there are evil people, so there are normal people, there are all kinds of people. So, no matter how good you are, people will do bad to you. Now, the problem is that if you start harboring resentment, then your mind gets away from God and objects of resentment, and afterwards, bhakti gets finished. Like in attachment. Similarly, in resentment, this mind is such a thing. Either you keep in God in your mind, or you let it run. Now the mind is running in lamentations. Like 3 years back, my father died. My father died. What happened to me? Your mind has gone 3 years in the past. So in the present, the bhakti you are supposed to do is finished. If you want to do bhakti, then cut out the lamentations, get the mind back, and similarly, the mind runs away in resentment. Oh, that person is very bad. That person is very bad. Now, instead of remembering God, you are remembering that person. Just like you would remember in attachment. In the same way, you are remembering hatred. So both attachment and hatred need to be released if you have to free your mind to do bhakti and give up resentment in a bigger obstacle. So all the great saints emphasized to let it go. Okay, let me tell a story about two dogs. So there was one dog in Puri, the holy place of Odisha, and there were another dog lived in the Bhubaneswar, the capital city of Odisha. The Bhubaneswar dog had very austere diet because all the people did not give the food. So the dog needed to feed itself from the dustbins. Sometimes it did not get any food for days, so it went hunger. So that dog which came from Puri said, why you live in Bhubaneswar? And in Puri you can get fresh food from the devotees of Lord Jagannath. So the Bhubaneswar dog thought it is a good idea to live in Puri. So now the two of them made plan that a 60 kilometer, let's travel 12 kilometer every day. So we will reach in 5 days. They started their journey next morning at 6 am. When they covered the 12 kilometer, it had become evening time. So they reached a village. They thought, alright, this is the perfect place for us to spend the night, and we will also arrange for our food out here. But when they entered the village, the dogs of that village took after them. The dogs made their territory. Do you know already the dogs mark their territory by urinating? You know. In their own territory, They think they are the lions. If another dog comes, they will chase away. So now there were so many dogs, and there were, but these were two dogs. So they didn't stand a chance. So they said, these dogs are not nice. Never mind. We'll not go to this village. The next village we are thought of for the second night halt, the 20-kilometer walk. Let us reach there. So they continued walking until 3 in the morning. They reached that village. Again, they tried to make an entry. One of the village dogs woke up and it created such a ruckus. And the others woke up and soon they all started barking. So the two said, the dogs are also not nice. Let's carry on. Now, no dog let them sleep. They continued the journey. The consequence was the journey, which was supposed to be completed in 5 days, get completed in just 2 days because no dog let them rest. So they also did not oppose anybody. If they had started opposing, what do you think of yourself? Come on, let's show you. Then what would be have happened? They would have gotten wounded and be lying somewhere. Similarly, the people of the world, you cannot control them. So why spoil the mind because of others? Why bother about them? The world is as it is. We have to complete our journey, and that is why we should not allow the world to disturb us. So, by getting bhakti, you will become free all of defects. But as a sadhak, engaging in bhakti also must be your effort to rid your mind of all these drafts and not allow these sentiments to come into the mind. Worldly desire, resentments, worldly attachment, lamentations, etc. Free your mind from that and engage in sadhana to get